New era, baby. Let's go. You ready for this, Ivor? I've already bought Jeff a pint. I'm skint now. Come on, United! Come on, boys! After a week of uncertainty, the Red and Greens are back in business and raring to go. With new owner Lewis Taylor at the helm and Luke Morton returning to the dugout alongside Ivor Lawton, the new era kicks off with a visit of Easington Sports. Catch the best of the action here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Departures create opportunity as several fresh faces are drafted in. After making his first league appearance up front at Desborough last week, goalkeeper Chris Roscoe finally gets his hands on the number 1 shirt and the captain's armband. Ashton de Mulder and Tyler Donaldson start at the back along with debutants Jaden Marsh and junior Kim Yorkie. Archie Corcoran joins Joe Blowers in midfield with Muzzy and Duna leading the attack. Easington also ring in the changes, 4 to be exact, following a shock home defeat to Northampton. Owen Chennox, the league strugglers. In come defenders Alex Scott and Elliot Barton, along with midfielders Lucas Northover and Lewis Baldwin. Brock and Dunn drop to the bench. Welcome one and all to this very special edition of Coventry United TV. We weren't sure that this day was going to come at one point, but here we are at the Oval, a changed venue. The Butts Park Arena unavailable this weekend. We hope to be back at the Butts next week, but it's Coventry United versus Easington Sports, the first game of the new era. New owner Lewis Taylor buying the club last night. Let's take you through the starting lineups as we're about to get underway. Coventry United in red and green. Easington in a change strip of yellow and black. So for Easington, number 1, Joe White. 2, Alex Scott. 3, Joe Ayer. Number 4, Josh Rose. Number 5, Ollie Goddard. Number 6, Elliot Barton. 7, Lucas Northover. 8, James Watts. Number 9, Levi Steele. 10, Harry Walters. 11, Lewis Baldwin. And for Coventry United today, number 1, Chris Roscoe. 2, Junior Com Yorkie. Number 3, Jaden Marsh. 4, Archie Corcoran. Number 5 is Tyler Donaldson. Number 6, Brian and Love. Number 7, Joe Blowers. 8, Ashton Nimolder. Number 9, Riley Devoyle. 10, Jarrell Hilton. And number 11, Muzzy and Duna. So we are now officially underway with United kicking from left to right. Easington causing a huge shock against a very strong Coventry United side earlier in the season. That Coventry's first defeat of the United Counties League campaign. And Scott's run down the right-hand side, curtailed by Jaden Marsh. United pushed them away. It's intercepted by Devoyle. Jarrell Hilton. Was he tripped on the way through? Referee says no. Ollie Goddard gets away with it. Into the midfield with Easington. Barton is the captain. Ayer. Back with Barton, launches it upfield. Run being made by Steele. Walters being held by Tyler Donaldson. A slide in by Konyorki. But a free kick given for the shirt pull by Donaldson. So the free kick to be swung in from the left-hand side. And it goes from Scott. Headed by Love. Finished off by Marsh. It's going to come back from Northover. Off the head of Blowers. Handball claims against Steele. Referee says no. Away by Donaldson. And as far as Lewis Baldwin. Lost into the area for Steele, nodded down by Donaldson, and a first-time hit on the volley by Lucas Northover. Cannons off one of his teammates and out for the goal kick. A strong contingent of our loyal red and green army here today, despite the recent drama and the changed venue. Thank you everyone for their support over the last week. Easington on the march with Steele. The Voyle tracked back and halts Alex Scott's momentum. Downline, funked upfield by Goddard. Bounces into the area, and Roscoe making his first starting goal this season for Coventry United, equal to it. Wayward ball from the back by Marsh. Goddard to Barton. Ayer. It's Barton again. He's got options. Goes with Goddard. He's got Rose across, but Goddard will stride on. The offside flag stays down against Lucas Northover, but it won't matter as it's gathered by Chris Roscoe. Konyorki to Muzzy and Duna. Skips past Steele and finds the young right back again. Picked up in the centre circle by Josh Rose. Baldwin. Northover. And now the run being made by Levi Steele. Great strength on show by Brian and Love, and he's got the free kick too. Little pat from Steele in respect to Love. Aimless from the back for Coventry United. Of course, the result today isn't the most important thing. The most important thing is that Coventry United remain in business, have a new owner, new hope for the future. Front up from the back, Steele. Cushion header for Harry Walters, but first to it is the United debutant Jaden Marsh. Roscoe put under pressure, but deals with it well. Here's Junior Konyorki. Couldn't quite find Muzzy and Duna. It is Easington controlling possession at this stage. They don't try and feel their way into the match. Gets with the head of Muzzy and Duna. And free kick given against Archie Corcoran as he jumped onto the back of James Watts halfway into United territory. Short one taken by Ayer, plays a 1-2. Downline with Barton. Tracking back is Alex Scott. It's Rose who collects. Baldwin. Easington looking to make this pressure counter. Slide by Junior Konyorki, diverting it out. Well played. Trying to play a tight line at the moment in the midfield. Ashton Namolda just beautifully allows the Voyle to find Blowers. Here is Joe Blowers. What a run this is from the former Southend youngster. Gets the shot away. Couldn't quite get the power behind it. Gathered by White. but an early signal of intent from the resurgent red and greens. Away from DeVoyle. Walters the target, but the experienced Brian and Love playing at centre-back today finds Junior Konyorki. Jarrell Hilton playing higher up than we've seen him this season. Now Muzzy and Duna. Joe Blowers. Holding deep. Muzzy and Duna. Hilton barged from behind by Josh Rose, but maintains possession. Here's DeVoyle. Jaden Marsh. DeVoyle, Hilton, first time past the Blowers. Nice interplay for the red and greens. Here's Corcoran. Marsh, heavy first touch. The throwing given, but the Aptors there, a bit of a hand in the chest from Marsh. There will be a throw in about 10. Easington territory. Hilton the target, but the defender able to put the pressure on, and Hilton forced to duck away from it. Safely back with the goalkeeper, Joe White. Awkward distribution. Konyorki nearly catching out the captain Ayer, but Easington have got away with it. De Mulder hooks it into the box, no one home, but the visiting goalkeeper White. Levi Steele giving away cheaply to Nduna, just flicks off the head of Jarrell Hilton. DeVoyle couldn't pick it up. Blowers. And caught as he tried to find a way past Lewis Baldwin. Baldwin helps Blowers to his feet. Blowers is going to be an integral player in the next few weeks for the Red and Greens. Well, even for Joe Blowers, I think this is too far out for a striker goal. But it's the perfect opportunity to find one of the options on the edge of the penalty area. Blowers puts it in towards the Mulder! It's offside anyway. White did well to parry it away. Ashton de Mulder looking to cap off his first Coventry United start with a goal. Easington just trying to calm things down, playing it around at the back. Here's Ollie Goddard. And with Josh Rose, both teams playing a five-man back line. In fact, United now seems to have shifted to a four-man back line. Blowers on the receiving end of the interception. De Mulder looking to slip it through for Muzzy and Duna. Goddard able to allow it to roll back to White. Now Ayer. United starting to get some confidence now. This is where the Red and Greens are dangerous. And Konyorki forces the corner, playing it off the back of Ollie Goddard. Riley DeVoyle making his second Coventry United start. Hoping to get his first Coventry United assist. It's straight out off the head of Goddard for another Coventry United set piece. Played short to Blowers. Will it be a first time cross? No, takes a touch. Close down and Blowers looking to go all the way. Joe Blowers! Agonisingly over the woodwork. Blowers with a bit between his teeth. You can see how much he wants to put his name on the score sheet this afternoon. Goddard launches it to the right-hand side. And that's going to be out for a throw-in. Should be taken by Alex Scott. No, not the one that you're thinking, not the former Arsenal women's player. Goddard now at the back. Watts. United pressing well. It's Barton. Now to avoid the challenge of Muzzy and Duna. Now Ayer. Barton again. Watts. So it's Lewis Baldwin on the ball. And White skews it to the right. No real pressure on from Coventry United. Just a poor kick from the Easington shot stopper. Jaden Marsh hoofs it upfield to Jarrell Hilton, who's back in the side after injury. Tried to pass it back, just kept in by Rose, rather than going out for a corner. And Rose will finish the job, and he's sent it out for a throw. We're not getting that ball back. Just joining us here on Coventry United TV, 12 minutes gone. Coventry United 0, Easington Sports 0. Easington with the better of the opening 5 minutes, but United have now found their way into it. Trying to push Easington back up their own end. And a poor pass by Marsh. It's going out for a throw. He's looking for Devoyle along the touchline, but just drifted over it. White's taking his time. Thumped upfield. He's got a fine touch on that. It's come off Tyler Donaldson. Not out to the left for a throwing to Easington. They're straight back on the assault. And Love. Was he holding the number 10? Walters, referee says no. And the ball on the right hand side. Trickles over the white line for a Coventry United throw, level with their own penalty. They've got to get it right, though. They lose the ball here. They could be in a world of trouble. Baldwin. Sent up rather than out by Brian and Love. And now it's Con York who's got to deal with this one. Ayer caught in the head inadvertently by the young fullback. Ayer's gone down in a heap. And, of course, it is a head injury. Play has to be stopped immediately. Seems to be okay, just a little bit dazed. It's good to see him getting back to his feet. No score in the match between Reading and Coventry City at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. A big hello to Catherine and John Blowers who are tuned in, supporting Joe. It's cautiously nodded back to the goalkeeper after that clearance by Rose. Goddard thumps it to the right-hand side. And despite the best efforts of Scott, he couldn't keep it in with a header. Jaden Marsh with ball in hand. To foil the target. Off the head of Northover. Now Baldwin, who can bring it down. Marsh is going to let it go for the throw. Joe Blowers. Scott in with a challenge. No nonsense stuff from the fullback. Looking for Walters, but first to it is Brian and Love. Donaldson will look to finish it off. Can only find Scott again. Offside flag stays down. Levi Steele, challenged from behind by Brian and Love. And the referee gives the penalty. And Love seemed to get something on the ball. Did he go through the man to get it? And Steele has picked the ball up and he's going to take this penalty kick and a first real test for United's new number 1, Chris Roscoe, who's bided his time, waited for his opportunity. United pleading their innocence, but the penalty will stand, and it's Levi Steele against United's new captain, Chris Roscoe. Can Roscoe make himself a hero? Not quite. He gets the right way, but the power from Levi Steele takes it beyond him and makes it Easington Sports 1, Coventry United 0. Well, Coventry United now behind by 1-0. And they've got to pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and get back to it. They were in good form before that unfortunate decision. Hilton. Dispossessed. Back with Yorkie. Will it bounce over Jaden Marsh? Yes, it will. Into the area he goes, just scuffs off the boot of Walters. Easington looking to double their money with Levi Steele. And the offside flag raised on the far side of the field. So 18 minutes of play at the Bedworth Oval. You're playing this game as the Buttsmark Arena unavailable. Brian and Love. Rose, it's come off the head of Rose, but Muzzy and Duna is first to it. Devoyle wants it in the middle. Muzzy and Duna going all alone. Now looks to lay off Devoyle, but it's collected by James Watts. Upfield to Walters. Harry Walters for Easington. He's got air on the left-hand side. Northover. Ducks away from DeMolder. Switches the play. Darting towards the box is Watts. Flashes it across the face of goal as the number 9 Levi Steele ends up in the goal. It's out of play on this near side for a Coventry United throw. Yorkie. Knocked down by Ayer. Walters looking to dink it through for Steele, and Love beats him to the punch. Northover. Here's Rose, the number 4. Scott. Scott. Well held and out upfield with Levi Steele. Good block by Tyler Donaldson. United definitely not out of this match yet. An unfortunate way to go behind. But they are looking good. Scott. Challenge from Blowers. Curtails that move. It's going to be another throw. Hitting the ref with that throw there from Scott. Barton. Under pressure from Devoyle. Goddard. Now Baldwin. Slide by Devoyle. Takes the ball, but only as far as Ayer. Elliot Barton. I'm being held by Devoyle. Referee says no. Corcoran. There's a 1-2 with Devoyle and Archie Corcoran all the way back with Chris Roscoe, the red and green skipper. Jaden Marsh. Tried a trick too far. He's looked to flick it over James Watson. The referee has now called for a free kick as he tried to wrestle the ball back. 20 minutes gone at the Oval. Coventry United 0, Easington Sports 1. A penalty from Levi Steele a couple of minutes ago is the difference between two very evenly matched sides at the moment. Steele makes the run from Baldwin's ball. Keeps it in with the heel. Down line to Scott. Alex Scott. Roscoe dove for it. Didn't get anything on it, but Junior Yorkie will clear as far as Watts. Good awareness from the youngster and a lunge in on Blowers. Results in a free kick for the red and greens. Baldwin knew exactly what was coming. And Love. Attempted 1-2 between Marsh and Love. Didn't quite work. And Duna, I should say, didn't quite work out. Scott made the block. Foul throw appeals. Referee doesn't want to know. It's an aimless ball into the Easington penalty area. Thumped upfield by Barton. And Love, great awareness. Who got the final touch on that? Is that going to be a Coventry throw? Yes, it is. Brian and Love has had a fantastic game so far. Played it out off Northover. Quick throw to Blowers. Northover with a challenge, but Blowers gets it away to Archie Corcoran. And Duna in space on the left-hand side. The younger midfielder couldn't quite find him, but the rebound collected by Blowers. Skips over the challenge of Northover. Run being made by Junior Konyorki. But he holds fire and finds Corcoran. Marsh is on the left. Here's Jaden Marsh. DeMorda couldn't reach the ball and play on is given. And now pulled back as that long ball from the back was going to be collected by Tyler Donaldson. And now officially halfway through the first half here on CUTV. Remember, we are taking a break at half-time to just take a quick cup of tea. So get yourself a mug of something hot or a glass of something cold. Be back here for 4 o'clock for the thrilling conclusion of this United Counties League Premier Division South match. And we are at home again next week. We'll give you the details of that a little bit later. As that free kick is going to go all the way out for a goal kick. It's a poor attempt. Everton leading Leeds United by 1-0 at the moment in the Premier League. And United are actually playing Cogenhoe next week. It is scheduled to be at the Butts Park Arena. If there is a change of venue, then we will let you know. But we are supposed to be back at the Butts next week against Cogenhoe, who became the first team to defeat league leaders Hinkley LRFC. And a free kick there as Jaden Marsh bundled to the ground in the midfield. Johnson plays it short to Corcoran. Ashton DeMolder finds Hilton. Hilton chops it through and Ryder Boyle just a yard or two behind it. Goal kick for Easington. Here's Joe White, the Easington goalkeeper. Thumped upfield by Rose. Walters up there. Harry Walters gets his helmet, but first to it is Archie Corcoran. Tripped on the way through by Steele, no foul given. Donaldson. Corcoran shields well from Watts. Needs support and goes back with the goalkeeper, Chris Roscoe. Some of these youngsters, it's their first experience of Step 5 football, and Brian and Love. He was Ivor Lawton's man of the match last week. The attack will continue. The strike by Harry Walters, deflected out of Donaldson. That's going to be a corner. Josh Neville asking how much is a ticket to come and see Coventry United. £7 for adults. So, John, if you do like to come up to Coventry United next week, it's £7. See the highest ranked non-league team in Coventry. As I say, next week we are at home to Cogenhoe. Drilled low. Another effort there by Watts. Couldn't find his way through a packed Coventry United defence. The attack could be on for United. Junior Konyorki thumps it upfield, and Duna will chase against Northover, and he's got there. He's right in the corner though. He's going to need help. Down line with Jaden Marsh. Easington have tracked back. Here's Blowers. We know how dangerous he can be. Jarrell Hilton. A sea of yellow and black in front of him. Blowers collects the loose ball. Muzzy and Duna. Was it a cross from Duna or a shot? It didn't quite have the power behind it. Promising move, Compson doing for the red and greens, but the intent is there. And the wind actually blowing the ball off the spot for Joe White, the Easington goalkeeper. Donaldson. Duna looking to chase it. Rose felt that the clearance came off and Duna, the referee doesn't agree, and for the second time we're going to need a new match ball. It's gone literally the same area. behind the old changing rooms that the last ball went. Hilton the target in the area. Rose gets his head to it. Will Scott keep it in? Yes, he will. Thumps it up the right touchline. Donaldson and Corcoran trying to get involved, but it's Steele who hoofs it up. Northover can't bring it down. Junior Konyorki getting in there. Baldwin. It's going to be out of play. Air will let it go for an Easington throw in. 27 minutes gone. Coventry United currently behind 1-0 against Easington Sports. So the Bedworth Oval, a changed venue for this game only. Donaldson shoulder to shoulder with Harry Walters. Walters holding off the young centre-back. Slide challenge from behind by Donaldson. And Coventry have got the throw too. Final touch coming off the number 10. Easington absolutely furious with the decision. Konyorki. It's given away, but as he received the ball, Air was in an offside position. And that'll be a free kick to the right-hand side of the Coventry United penalty area for the red and greens. Remember, Levi Steele's spot kick, all that separates the two sides as we hit 28 minutes. And there's been a goal at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Reading 1, Coventry City 0. Lucas Zhao with the goal. And Duna battling in the midfield. Slipped by the number 11 Baldwin. And then Love will let it trickle back. And Brian and Love, the last 3 games, has been absolutely brilliant. He came on for the last 20 minutes against Rugby and put in a great show. He was named man of the match at Desborough last week for his hold-up play up front. And today, playing at centre-back, again, he has been terrific. Blowers. And that cross will fall into the hands of White. United are starting to get into a higher gear now. There's still an hour of football to go. Ayers ball down the left. Brian and Love, as always, first to it. Tries to keep it in. Not quite. Rolled out for the throw to be taken by Ayer. Watts. Blowers with the challenge. Well worked from the former Southend youngster, but only as far as Rose. There's Alex Scott on the right-hand side. Scott. In towards Walters. Neither Walters nor Steele could get the crucial touch towards the goals. Junior Konyorki does necessaries and gets it out, allowing United to regroup at the back. Apparently the Sky Blues aren't playing very well at Reading. As I say, they are 1-0 down. Walters dinks it into the area, and Donaldson shielding it well to prevent Levi Steele from doing anything with it. Of course, Steele with that penalty earlier on after a challenge from Brian and Love, an unfortunate penalty to give away. Muzzy and Duna. What a run this is, taking it past Baldwin. Squares it, Ashton de Mulder. De Mulder, will he take it all the way? It's Ashton de Mulder! Took it too close to the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper spilled it. But the referee has now given the free kick against de Mulder. Exceptional tenacity on show from the young midfielder as he took it all the way straight to White's doorstep, and the goalkeeper was struggling to keep him at bay. "31 minutes gone. It's Easington Sports leading by 1-0 at the Bedworth Oval. Run being made down the left-hand side by Harry Walters. He's got Steele in the middle, but he's got a final route around, and Love barged to the floor. Referee said it's fair game. Nothing wrong with a bit of strength. It's out for the goal kick. Chris Roscoe, the captain, urges just to calm things down. Roscoe. It's off the chest of Baldwin. Now Watts. James Watts for Easington. Baldwin. It's gone through the defence. It's also flown past the number 10 Walters into the hands of Roscoe. Konyorki, the young fullback, stumbling under the challenge of Walters. A bit of a soft free kick to give away for Easington, but a free kick nonetheless. Brian and Love. Free kick nodded away, only as far as Joe Blowers. DeMolder, already looking dangerous in the opening half an hour for Coventry United on his first start for the club. Made a couple of substitute appearances earlier in the season as a centre-back, but a curling cross by Archie Corcoran, not what the Red and Greens had a hope for. Everton now 2-0 up at home to Leeds United. Seamus Coleman and Michael Keane with the goals. Birmingham leading Luton by 1-0 at St Andrews with Bakuna on the score sheet. And as we said, Reading leading Coventry City by 1-0. Lucas Zhao in the 22nd minute for the Royals. Steele's header finds Watts. Watts over the back line. That's going to be Roscoe's ball all day long. Decides against catching it. Boots it straight up the field to Hilton. Jarrell Hilton. Block made by Baldwin. Seconds forward to Corcoran. Plays a 1-2 with Marsh. Archie Corcoran. Corcoran bundled to the ground. Goes down holding his knee, but United will continue. Riley Devoyle. Now Blowers. Corcoran lifts it in towards Junior Konyorki. Couldn't quite bring it to free. Clearance made by Elliot Barton. And still Corcoran remains on the floor and he is going to need some assistance here. Real shame for the number 4 if he can't continue. Physio Dan White called over. 2 United substitutes going for a warm-up, including former Coventry United right-back Pierre Moodim. Moodim, a star of the early years of Coventry United. Again, subs on the bench, Coventry United. Pierre Moodim, James Dunn and Ivor Lawton. Easington not happy that the game was stopped, but of course DeMolder needed some help. I don't think you can moan about the play being stopped without help an injured player. So 10 minutes to go until half-time here at the Oval. Coventry United 0, Easington Sports 1. A very much even match. Easington with possibly the more of the chances. And once again, the next time we join you here on CUTV is next Saturday. We believe it will be at the Butts Park Arena. No reason why it wouldn't be at the moment. Is next Saturday against Cogenhoe. A very tough test. Cogenhoe defeating Leicester, Hinckley LRFC, formerly known as Leicester Road, the league leaders. Remember to follow Coventry United on Twitter at Cov United for updates on the club as we begin this new era. If you haven't heard, yesterday the club was purchased by the owner of Coventry United Ladies, Lewis Taylor, bringing the clubs back together. And Coventry United Ladies are playing tomorrow against Charlton Athletic, so go and support the girls if you can. So we're going to get underway once again with a drop ball, which will be taken just outside the Easington penalty area and dropped to Easington's number 4, Rose. Corcoran is going to try and continue. We'll see how he goes. It's a nice ball towards the left-hand side as Junior Konyorki barges through Ayer. And I think Easington have probably got a point there. That should have been a free kick, but Coventry United will continue. DeVoyle finds Konyorki again. Baldwin. DeVoyle with a challenge, but it's held by Baldwin. Now Elliot Barton. Northover. Baldwin again. Returns to Northover. Back heel. Offside flag raised against Ayer. Need a bit of skill from Northover, but it only works if it's when you're onside. Konyorki. And Ryan DeVoyle in a tangle of legs with James Watson. The free kick is given to Coventry United, but Watts has stayed down. I'm sure you can hear the dulcet sounds of Luke Morton back in the Coventry United dugout. Great to see Luke back. Luke and Ivor Lawton taking control of first team affairs for the immediate future. And a free kick just shy of the halfway line from Brian and Love. Hilton the target on the edge of the area. Hilton flicks it behind. Can he get to the seconds? No, he can't. Good clearance from Rose, who has gone down holding his ankle. Player will continue, but now the referee does hold it back. Rose went straight down. May have been an awkward landing for the number 4. So 6 minutes to go until half-time at the Oval. Coventry United 0, Easington Sports 1. Remember, we are going off air for 10 minutes at half-time, so we'll be back here for 4 o'clock. So we'll look through the latest goings-on in the Premier League and the Championship. Of course, the game between Chelsea and Arsenal was supposed to be today. That's been called off due to Chelsea playing Palmeiras in the FIFA Club World Cup at 4:30. Manchester United and Southampton drew 1-1. Jadon Sancho with the first half goal, but they were pegged back by former Coventry City youngster Che Adams. Brentford 0, Crystal Palace 0, Everton 2, Leeds 0, and Watford 0, Brighton 0. The late kick-off is Norwich against Manchester City. Donaldson loses out to Northover, and it's kept in by Roscoe. Took a deflection of Donaldson. Would have gone out for a corner if it wasn't for the quick reaction to the goalkeeper. Roscoe down the centre. Rose misses the header, but there's Goddard. Cushions it to the right. Scott takes it past Blowers. Neat stuff from the Easington right back. There's Brian and Love charging in. Junior Konyorki taking on Ayer. Young lad with a lot of potential and a shirt pull. Brilliant stuff from the right back to earn that free kick. Can United drag themselves level before the break? United keeping Marsh and Yorkie at the back. Blowers. Donaldson at the far post. Not a doubt as far as Ashton de Mulder. Maybe thinking about the long-range spectacular. Tried to slip it through for Donaldson. And out at the other end of the park with Harry Walters. Holds it away from Marsh. Lofted ball. Northover will chase. Will he win that race against Roscoe? No, he won't. Roscoe getting there first. He got a bit of a touch from the Easington man, but no harm done. Into the midfield it goes. Hooked up by Corcoran. Onto the head of Goddard. I'll say it's a marked improvement from the one we saw at Easington in September, where Coventry United lost 3-0. As a free kick is given in the midfield for a tangle with Northover, the number 7. Baldwin with the ball at his feet. Plays it short to Scott. Barton, and a heavy touch by Ayer takes it out for a Coventry United throw. The captain disappointed with himself after that exchange. Easington not running away in this match. United very much in with a chance. New ideas at half-time. Could well sort things as it's blocked by Northover. That takes the ball down the right-hand side by Yorkie. Hilton blocked by Baldwin. Off the shoulder of Harry Walters. Ayer. Nodded on by Levi Steele. Walters just able to keep within the confines of the pitch. But now the referee is he giving a free kick or a throw? I think he's now called it back for a throw. He didn't keep it in. I don't think the whole ball was over the line, but the referee obviously seeing what he sees. Baldwin. Beautiful skill to find his way out of a Coventry United sandwich. And the free kick given to Coventry United there for a foul on... I think it was on Yorkie. It's the final 90 seconds of normal time here at the Oval. Brian Love has been a star at the back for the Red and Greens. There it goes from the Red and Greens veteran. There's Nduna arriving into the goalkeeper, Joe White. Nduna stays down. Of course, Nduna and Love have a great understanding playing together at the Gang Sunday League team. Floated over by Baldwin to Ayer. First time on the volley. Finds Northover. Can Easington double their advantage before the break? Diverted away, that cross by Brian and Love. Baldwin across the rows. Down the centre, slide by Donaldson. Takes it to Muzzy and Nduna. You don't want a free kick there, but they're too busy appealing and they've lost the ball. Brian and Love able to clear from Walters. Now to Voyle. Blowers receives from DeMolder. Hilton. DeVoyle cannons off the midfielder, and Corcoran looking for DeMolder on the right-hand side, just flashes in front of him. Well, we're now into added minutes. There have been a fair few stoppages, I'd say 3 minutes of added time. Walters the target, and Love, a rare slip as he chested it down, tried to clear, just slipped off the boot. Throw down line by Ayer. Barton. Now Baldwin. Scott wants it on the right-hand side. Finds Rose instead. Scott still with him. Return to Baldwin. A bit of space in the midfield. Looking for the through ball to Walters. Reading the play. Brian and Love able to clear. Headed back into the danger zone by Baldwin. And it's straight to the feet of Chris Roscoe, who hasn't had an awful lot of saves to make. Neither goalkeeper has. The attacking attempt has been there, but the defence have dealt with the attack rather well. Thrown for Coventry United deep into Easington territories. It's nodded out by Rose, not taking the risk, allowing his teammates to track back. Blowers chips it up for Nduna. First line cross on the volley. DeVoyle's in there, but it's Joe White's ball. And quickly thunders it upfield towards Levi Steele. Gets enough on it to take away from Donaldson. A shove in the back by Jaden Marsh. Marsh asking why the free kick was given. I think that's one of the most obvious free kicks we're going to see today. So the free kick to come in from Scott could be the final attacking move of the first half. Easington in front thanks to that Steele penalty. Will they be men of steel here as they're trying to make it 2-0? It's Brian and Love with a crucial header away under pressure from Barton. Watts running straight into Marsh. You can see exactly what he was trying to do. Put the ball past him and then just made a beeline straight for the young left back. And it's great to see that tactics like that don't work. The referee not falling for it. And the referee draws the first half to a close here at the Oval. A promising start for Coventry. They go into half-time 1-0 down, but plenty to build on for the second half for this young team. Half-time score in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Coventry United 1. Coventry United 0, I should say. Easington Sports 1. And that's us going off there for around 10 minutes here on CUTV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back at 4 o'clock. United and Easington Sports. And we are underway. No changes at half-time from what we can see. Let's get back underway with United now kicking from right to left in their home strip of red and green. Easington in their chain strip of yellow and black. Roscoe coming out, ensuring that Levi Steele won't be getting on the end of that ball from the back. Pro in a dangerous position to be taken by Air. Over Walters. Levi Steele will see it out for the corner. Early corner kick. It's Scott ready to take it. Scott in a bit of trouble with the flag on the far side. United have no trouble clearing it. But it will come back in and it's a great block and put wide by Walters. Bizarre effort from the number 10 there in a great position. Totally fluffed his lines. If Easington had been able to punish United there, then they would have grasped this game really and pulled it up by the root. North over. And now it's Levi Steele to make it 2-0. Roscoe got something to it, but it wasn't enough. Levi Steele with his second of the afternoon. And Easington Sports take control in the second minute of the second half. So United now with a bit of a mountain to climb. It's gone from a molehill to a mountain, and Coventry really needs something extra now. A swing and a miss by Rose, but able to pick it up and find White, the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's ball just in front of the Coventry United technical area. Marsh playing Love into a dangerous position, has to clear and does well to keep it away from Steele, who now is on a hat-trick. And Ayers' ball too powerful for North over to catch on the left-hand side. And that's going to be a goal kick. And Love. Lucky. Lifted over by Ashton DeMulder. Cushioned over that far side to Barton. Watts. Steele will give chase. That should be easy pickings for Brian and Love. But where would he go from here? He'll shield it out. It's been given as a corner. Challenge from behind by Steele. And Love felt he was fouled. But the referee said it was fair game and gives the corner. A diving header at the far post wide by Elliot Barton. Third goal really would have put an exclamation point on the scoreline for Easington. Scott. They've just got to try and get themselves back on the ground here. The second half has not started well for them. Goddard. And Marsh goes through Walters, and the referee has not given the foul, but is going to pull it back and allow the physio to tend to Harry Walters, the number 10, if required. Easington now with a 2-0 lead. They're going to look to waste time where they can. And if you missed it, it is... well, in fact, now it's we've just been informed that there's another goal at the Select Carl Easting Stadium. Dom Hyam made it 1-1 between Reading and Coventry City 2 minutes into added time. And now the Sky Blues are in front. Michael Rose has made it 4 in the 47th minute. It's now 2-1 to Coventry City. As Hilton is penalised for a foul on Baldwin. He's trying to find his way past the centre midfielder there. I'm not too sure that was the right decision. Ayer receives on the left-hand side. Steal the target, but it curls out to the left-hand side. DeVoyle. Space to run the left-hand side for Muzzy and Duna, but the defender gets there first. Well worked by Rose. There's Joe Blowers bringing it back from Scott. DeMulder receives. Ashton DeMulder still going. Couldn't take it all the way. And Rose will get it clear. Here's Watts. Cushioned on by Steele, and now Harry Walters finds his way into the area, but he's got Tyler Donaldson for company, and Donaldson able to bring it back. Brilliant work from the young centre-back. The Coventry United defence have been brilliant today as Joe Blow is taken out on the slide by Alex Scott. Looked like a tactical foul, really, from the number 2. And the first yellow card of the afternoon goes to the Harborough number 2, Alex Scott. Remember, the highlights of today's game will be available either tonight or tomorrow morning. As unfortunately, I do have a function to go to tonight. We'll say tomorrow morning as Coventry United lose 2-0 to Easington. The highlights will be available on YouTube, youtube.com/Coventry United. Place to find all of your footage this season for the Coventry United men's team. Blowers. Squares it to Voyle. DeMulder finds Marsh. Joe Blowers couldn't take it past Baldwin, the number 11. Only as far as Tyler Donaldson from that clearance. Here's Nduna. A bit of a touch there from James Watt, but he'll continue. Gets it back from Donaldson. Blowers. Great spatial awareness. Across to Ashton DeMulder. Very impressive first start for him. Devoyle. DeMorder again. There's acres of space for Marsh on the left-hand side, and here is Jaden Marsh. What on earth was Marsh trying to do there? He's giving it straight to Watts. And now it's Walters. One-on-one with Roscoe. What a slight challenge by Tyler Donaldson to prevent the strike from Walters. Right in the middle of the park is Watts. He's just looking to calm things down in the midfield, trying to quell any momentum that Coventry have tried to build up. The only attacking change the eye can make is out of James Dunn, or they could potentially bring Pierre Moodim on in defence and push Brian and Love further up the field. Maybe play Marsh or Yorkie in defence, in centre-back. There's Brian and Love drilling it away onto the chest of Devoyle. Mortar couldn't get to the seconds in time. And now Levi Steele shepherded back to the goalkeeper by Donaldson. And Tyler Donaldson has hurt himself in the process. United, of course, have worked hard to draft a squad together in the last 48 hours, as soon as we knew that there was a possibility of playing this match. So only 3 substitutes for Coventry United, one of whom is the joint United manager today, Ivor Lawton. He is registered as a player for Coventry United, has not put on the shirt yet in a competitive match. He has played in a charity game with Coventry United, which I also played in. But James Dunn and Pierre Moodim both getting ready. If it's a defensive change, you have to assume that it's going to be Pierre Moodim, and he is getting ready. Donaldson receives treatment, and Duna is getting ready. He's putting his jumper on just for now, and then Love making it known to the bench that Donaldson should be able to continue. It looks like if there was going to be a change, it would be Moodim to come on. But if they want to go a different tack to bring on a more attacking player, they could bring on James Dunn, putting him in midfield, essentially push Ashton DeMorder back into centre-back. But Donaldson is back on his feet. Great to see the young United centre-back, who has really taken that position over in the last couple of months, is back on running speed. He races over to the touchline so the game can get back underway. And here we go with Chris Roscoe launching it upfield. United have got work to do. They're 2-0 down as we approach the hour mark. And Donaldson straight back into the action, goes to ground in the challenge with Harry Walters and gets the ball. Marsh back with Roscoe. Joe Blowers, a space on the left for Nduna. Hilton returns to Blowers. Chip pass for Roy Devoyle. Chased all the way by Ayer. Yorkie down line, but finds Blowers. DeMorder, Yorkie, Blowers. United encased on that right-hand side, looking for a route out. Ashton DeMorder drills it across to Jaden Marsh. Chips it for Jarrell Hilton, just out of bounds. Handball claims against Baldwin, and eventually the referee has now called it back. A belated decision for Coventry United. But the red and greens with a chance, and in a situation like this, there's one man you want on it, and his name is Joe Blowers. It's literally a yard from being a penalty. But in a position like this, with a player like Blowers, it may as well be a penalty. As the Easington wall lines up, White told to stay on his line. Blowers, De Mulder, both standing over the ball. It's going to be Blowers. Strikes. Not a million miles away. Good effort by Blowers. One hour gone at the Oval here in Bedworth, the home of the Greenbacks. Easington lead by 2 goals to nil, but now it's Coventry United with the momentum. Jaden Marsh brings it down. Easington just sitting back and allowing United to attack. It's a dangerous touch to play if that's what they're doing. And the referee has given, again, another belated free kick. The referee taking time to think about these things. Muzzy and Duna one-on-one with a Easington player. Looks like the player was booted and Duna's foot rather than the ball. Ashton De Mulder with the opportunity to hook it in. Every outfield player in the Easington half. Easington desperate to keep this 2-goal lead. United desperate to snatch it away from them. It's towards in love at the far post. Crucial header over by Levi Steele, and Ayer unable to keep it in. Just a fraction of a second too late. Junior Karnyorki with a ball in hand. Muzzy and Duna brings it to feet under pressure from Goddard. Devoyle in support, and Duna going to play it down line for the right back, but he's lost out. Overhead kick from Steele. Walters are going to get there ahead of Donaldson. Donaldson beats him to the punch. Now can he try and turn him? He plays it safe and just hooks it out for the throw. And for the third time, it's exactly the same place. Exactly the same place as the previous 2 match balls we've lost. The third one's gone again behind the old dressing room on the far side of the field. We'll have to send the stadium manager, Stu Rowe, to go and fetch them afterwards. He's told me in no uncertain terms he's not doing it. Don't know why I'm surprised. Chance of the cross for Easington. Ayer, the captain. And they're taking a deflection on the way through. No, it hasn't. It's a goal kick. Roscoe plays it out along the deck to Karnyorki. And Duna racing up the right-hand touchline at the expense of a throw. Coventry United have got it. It's cushioned out by Barton. Here it is to Junior Karnyorki. Swinging and miss at the cross, and Hilton, is it going to dip in? No, it isn't. It goes wide anyway. It's kept in by Roy Devoyle. Now Blowers. Players lining up on the edge of the area. Here's De Mulder. Goes to ground on the challenge of Watts, and Coventry Road have another free kick in a golden position. Well, this one, 3 or 4 yards outside the penalty area. And Joe Blow is encouraged to let Ashton De Mulder have a go. Let's see what the youngster can do. Ashton De Mulder for Coventry United, straight into the wall, off the head of one of the Easington players. There's space in the area for Nduna if it can be found. Not this time. Straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. And there's been another goal at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Reading 2, Coventry City 2. Andre Yeardom with the goal for the Royals. Steele looking for a route past Love. He's struggled to beat him today. Of course, he has been successful in front of goal. Alex Scott, tripped from behind by Blows. Referee says no. Muzzy Nduna holds it up from his opposite number 11, Baldwin. Away towards Devoyle. And Nduna in there against Scott, wins that aerial duel. Corcoran dispossessed by Walters. There's space on the left for Ayer. Now Baldwin. Watts on the halfway line now with Rose. United not putting them under too much pressure, allowing them to push on. And a tangle between Watson and Nduna off the ball. Referee pulls it back for the free kick. About 10 yards outside the penalty area. United still yet to make a change, but Dan White now with the ball in hand. Pierre Mudim getting ready to come on. There's been a goal in the game at Vicarage Road. Watford 0, Brighton 1. Neil Mope with the goal for the Seagulls. Again, don't forget to join us live here on CUTV next week at the Butterfly Arena against Cogenhoe. Scott. And straight out for the goal kick. But you can see there both Baldwin and Steele allowed far too much time in the penalty area. Whether they would have remained on side or not remains to be seen. And what a moment for this young man. His first Coventry United appearance for nearly 5 years. Pierre Mudim, back in the red and green, back at Coventry United. Welcome home, Pierre, as he replaces Joel Hilton with Brian Love pushing upfield. So Mudim will slot in at centre-back with Brian Love now up front. There's a free kick given for a niggly foul on a Coventry United player. Here's Donaldson. The pressure from Steele. Marsh. Rolled off the chest of Brian Love. Now it's with Nduna. No further can only take it as far as Konyorki. Blowers, there's space on the left or right, Devoyle, but goes behind. With Marsh, it's took out by Scott, who raced across to try and keep within the confines of play. There's going to be a substitution here for Easington in a brief moment. Marsh, challenged by Baldwin, it has come off the youngster last, and it's an Easington throw, level with their own penalty area, and coming on for Easington Sports will be Harry Brock, who started the game against Northampton Chenocks when Easington lost 2-1 last week. And goes the throw from Rose. Steele dropping back. You see now Easington are all about keeping this 2-goal lead. But halfway through the second half, 22.5 minutes to go. Easington with the game under control at the moment, but with Love now upfield, United will have something extra in the attacking portion of the field. Moody can only clear as far as Watts. Here's Steele, maybe thinking about the volley for the hat-trick. Levi Steele. Scott across the Baldwin. Blocked by Blowers, and I'm not sure what Watts was doing there. A bit of a swan dive. Scott, slide by Devoyle. That's going to be a free kick and possibly a yellow card for Devoyle. And there's been a fifth goal at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Reading 2, Coventry City free. And there's been a red card. Junior Hoylett sent off for Reading, and Ian Martson in the 65th minute has made it 3-2 to the Sky Blues. Great stuff for Mark Robbins' men. And here comes the substitution now for Easington Sports. It's the number 11 on the board, and that is Lewis Baldwin making way, and coming on Harry Brock for Easington Sports. Looks like a more defensive change for the visiting side. The Easington player involved in the challenge, I believe it was James Watts. In fact, no, it's not Watts. It's Alex Scott who's receiving some treatment. So Baldwin off, Brock on. And yes, he is holding back, so there's going to be a defensive change for Easington and look to consolidate this 2-goal lead that they have received thanks to Levi Steele. Scott back on his feet and back in the game, takes the free kick, knocked it away by Blowers. Faulkner. Warden Love couldn't bring it down. First touch of the ball for Brock. Off the head of Blowers, picked up by Steele. Northover. Headed towards the touchline by Tyler Donaldson, and Walters is not going to care if that goes out for a throw. A couple of yards down line from the penalty area. Scott. Charged down by Devoyle. Neat, quick passing from Coventry to find the way out of a little spot. But it's going to come back with Scott. Challenged by Marsh. James Watts. Cross goes all the way through and out for the goal kick. 20 minutes to go at the Oval. James Dunn getting ready to make his Coventry United debut from the bench. Blowers. Across to Pierre Moodim. Playing as right centre-back at the moment. The full-back's playing a higher line as Coventry United now try and push up the field and get themselves a chance of getting something out of this game. A barge in the back of Nduna. Referee says no. As Brock has moved over as a left-back now, I think. Moodim's header away. Aimless ball from the back there by Northover. Collected by Roscoe. Now Donaldson. Blowers sitting deep. Ty Donaldson. Thumps it upfield towards Brian and Love. Barge from behind. That's going to be a free kick against Goddard. And the second substitution for Coventry United. It's Jaden Marsh leaving the field. A strong debut for the young left-back. A big thank you to Jaden for coming in at such short notice. And James Dunn coming on as a direct replacement at left-back. Some fresh legs on the wing. May do the world of good for Coventry United. It's taken short on the free kick to Blowers. Ashton de Mulder. Looking to slip it through for Pierre. Junior Con Yorkie just got away from him. Dangerous son to the back for Easington. Nduna trying one as the visiting side gave the ball away cheaply in their own backyard. Moodim. Nduna. Nduna just runs past it and gives away the free kick against Northover. And a second change coming for Easington Sports. We'll tell you who's coming on as soon as we see the shirt number. As it bounces into the area, straight into the hands of Roscoe. And coming on for Easington, I can tell you very shortly, is Alfie Dunn. So another Dunn on the field. Blowers taken down from behind with a soft free kick to give away. Blowers. Corcoran battling for it in the middle. Blowers looking to steam through, thinks better of it. Here's James Watts. Brock. Steele shoved aside by Pierre Mudim. Mudim furious, but it was always going to be a free kick. Easington making their second change, and coming off is James Watts. It's Alfie Dunn coming on. Well, Watts taking his time. You can't really blame Easington, the position that they're in with 15 minutes to go. Dunn finally makes an appearance on the pitch. And there's a free kick to come in from Brock, the substitute. Gonna make it 3-0 for Easington, bounces all the way through and out for the goal kick. "15 minutes to go, it's still Coventry United 0, Easington Sports 2. Corcoran, under pressure, plays it back with Roscoe. Donaldson ducks away from the challenge of Walters. Donaldson's still in a precarious position, finds James Dunn. Donaldson, clearance blocked by Scott. Alfie Dunn in the area, bounces into the grateful grasp of Roscoe. Swung clear by the man who's waited so long for his opportunity in goal for Coventry United. Alfie Dunn looks to have stood on the toes of Blowers, and believe me, as anyone who plays football knows, it may not be a serious injury, but that stings. So a drop ball will fall to the feet of Alex Scott. Brock down the left, and the offside flag is raised against, I think it's against Northover. Roscoe with the free kick. United able to bring it down initially. There's Demolder. Muzian Duna. Now Mudim. Checks control by Brian and Love. United want a free kick, and they've got one for a dig in the back. Taken short by Blowers. Demolder fires it into the area. Cushion down as far as James Dunn is going to give it a go. While just making sure they was heading wide. And the final change for Easington Sports coming up. Levi Steele won't get his hat-trick today, but he has made a big difference for Easington, and he replaces Luke Swan. So Luke Swan on for Levi Steele. That's going to be a throw for Easington. Final touch coming off Donaldson from the goal kick. Swan looking for Dunn. Donaldson brings it to feet, but he's forced in the corner. James Dunn skews it out for the throw. Ayer. Easington with fresh legs and a 2-0 lead. You have to think it's their game to lose now. Moved in with a chance from behind on Walters. Muzzy and Duna looking for the run of Brian and Love. And Love has got there ahead of the centre back. Brian and Love on the right hand side of the penalty area. Looking square for Joe Blowers. And just in time, Goddard snatched it away. Clear on the right hand side, and Scott will make the run. He's got space, but he's on the right hand side of the field. Needs support. Swan down line. Alex Scott squares it. And a chance to make it 3-0, and it's taken. Easington Sports replicate their 3-0 advantage that they gained against United earlier in the season. Well taken drive at the far post, following Scott's low delivery. And Northover with Easington's third of the match, securing the 3 points. At the Oval, United now certainly heading for defeat, but you have to remember how far Coventry United have come in the last week. This time last week we didn't know if Coventry United were going to have a club on Saturday. We didn't even know we were going to have a match, didn't know we were going to have a squad. We didn't know what on earth was going on, but Coventry United has been saved after a very difficult week. So although defeat is coming on the pitch, it is victory off the field this week. So very important to remember that. Blowers stumbles to the ground as he approached the penalty area. By Swan. Bounces to Chris Roscoe. Here's James Dunn. Ashton de Mulder. Now in Love. Hooked away by Goddard as far as Dunn. Blowers. We're going to curl over Muzzy and Dina, and well read by Elliot Barton to nod it out on the far side. Quickly taken by Junior Komyorki. Darting down the right. Barton's with him. Still the youngster continues. Into the area it goes. Hooked high into the sky by Ayer. Cushion header by Dunn. Off the chest of Northover, the goal scorer. Dunn. No drive to Brian and Love. We're going to let it go for Devoyle. A miscommunication there, allowing Goddard to get it away. Moved in. Loses out to Northover on the far side of the field. It's going to be a throw about 15 yards into enemy territory. Moved him. Out as far as Ayer. Easington looking to add another one to their collection. An aimless ball into the penalty area collected by Roscoe. Ayer. United able to bring it back, but blow is dispossessed by Alfie Dunn. Straighting into the match with the red and green. 6 minutes to go. You know which way the scoreline's going to go, but United can be very proud of their efforts today as James Dunn nods it out, the left back. Ayer. That's with Goddard. Brock tangles with Yorkie. Referee says no foul. Just play out from the back. DeMolder dispossessed. 5 minutes to go. It's Coventry United now. Easington Sports free. Ayer playing down the centre now. Devoyle gets a toe to the ball. Slide by the substitute for Easington. And as far as Devoyle, now done. Ty Donaldson. Here's a 1-2. Muziunduna. Can United pull one back before the conclusion of the match? Riley Devoyle making his second Coventry United start. Devoyle closed up by Swan. A task too far for the youngster. And hooked clear by Rose. Donaldson holding Walters. The referee says play on. As Scott holds possession on the fringes of the area. Walters there, slide by Donaldson, only as far as Swan. Dinks it over the back line. Will Walters get there before it goes out for the goal kick? Yes, he will. And he'll take it to the corner. And play it out of Junior Komyorki. Rose. Across to Swan. Still Swan. Swan's delivery. Walters at the far post. Mood him. Keeps it in. Walters picks it up. Still very much in the danger zone. You're not trying to get it away. And a wayward effort by Scott. Final couple of minutes for Coventry United. Roscoe. Down the centre of the park, Ashton DeMolder. That's cleared by Rose. Into the corner with Scott down line. Swan lets it roll through. Dunn. Swan. Delivery turned away by James Dunn for Coventry United. DeMolder spots Devoyle. The ball just didn't quite have the legs on it. Launched into the area by Rose, but only as far as Roscoe. Into the last 2 minutes. And Love. And a bit too forceful when trying to get the ball back there. Foul on Ayer by Brian and Love. On by Konyorki. Now Muziunduna. Picked up at the back and played to Joe White, the goalkeeper. Here's Ayer. Devoyle trying to snatch it away with the captain clears. Easington looking to end this game strong. Here's Scott. Taken out by Junior Konyorki. I'm not happy with the decision from the referee. We're about to end normal time here on CUTV. Remember, next time we're on air, Desborough match. Not Desborough, what am I saying? It's Cogenho, I should say. We had Desborough last week, didn't we? Check out those highlights if you want to. We're at Desborough at home to Cogenho next week, Coventry United. Hopefully at the Buttspark Arena. Swan. Trying to hold off Dunn. Slide by Dunn out for the corner. And we are now into added minutes. Hooked in by Brock. Good strong header by Moodin. Here's Riley DeVoyle. Overlooking run being made by Joe Blowers. Blowers couldn't take it with him, but he's got there eventually. Across the field to Corcoran. Donaldson. Yorkie. Out of Ashton DeMolder. Slide it through, but there's Barton to clear. Moodin getting stuck in, prevents Walters from taking it over. Done. On the right-hand side, we've had 1 minute of added time. And Roscoe, a bit of a miss kick. Thankfully, Donaldson there to pick up the pieces. Moodin. Upfield to Unlove. Junior Komyorki. Muzzy and Doon looking to take on the entire Easington back line. Excuse me. As there's a trip by Unlove on the fringes of the Easington penalty area. Comes into the action. We've had nearly 2 minutes of added time. It's still 3-2 to Coventry City at the Select Car Leasing Stadium against Reading. Crossfield ball by Goddard to find Swan. Swan to Rose. Now Swan again. Referee showing no signs of blowing the whistle just yet. It's with Elliot Barton. Now Brock. Trip from behind by Undoon. The referee says free kick. This could be the final attacking move of the game. Cheers. So it's moving with the throw at the back. So we're into the 4th minute of added time. Scott. Be a throw right in the corner. Does a low drive now. It's with Northover. Fires it past the post. Would have been a great way for Easington to end a good experience at the Oval. Let's go away. Referee checking the watch. This play continues into a 5th minute of added time. And Duna. It's out for the throw on the far side. And the referee brings the action to an end at the Oval. It may be defeat on the pitch for Coventry United, but we have to remember the victory the Red and Greens gained off the field this week. Against all the odds, Coventry United were able to find the new owner, find a squad, and get this game on and save the future of the club. While everyone wanted 3 points to celebrate that victory, Coventry United will be back next week against Cogenhoe. The final score in the United Counties League Premier Division South, Coventry United 0, Easington Sports 3. And a tremendous ovation on the far side of the field for the players who are banded together for Coventry United. We can't thank them enough. As we said, we'll be back next Saturday against Cogenhoe. Join us then. Highlights will be available later on this weekend. From everyone here at Coventry United, thank you so much for your support. And I'm so glad to say this. We'll see you next time.